कृष्णवर्णं तिशाकृष्णं साङ्गोपाङ्गास्त्रपार्षदं यज्ञैः सङ्कीर्तनप्रायैर्यजन्ति सुमेधसः अन्तः कृष्णं बहिर्गौरं दर्शिताङ्गादिवैभवम् कलौ सङ्कीर्तनाद्यैः स्मः कृष्णचैतन्यमाश्रिता जयतां मथुरा भूमौ श्रीलरूपसनातनौ यौ विलेखयतस्तत्त्वं ज्ञापकौ पुस्तिकामिमाम् कोऽपि तद्बान्धवो भट्टो दक्षिणद्विजवंशजः विविच्य वेलिकग्रन्थं लिखितात् वृद्धवैष्णवैः तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेकं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितं पर्यालोच्याथ पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः यः श्रीकृष्णपादाम्भोजा भजनैकाभिलाषवान् तेनैव दृश्यतामेतद् अन्यस्मै शपथोऽर्पितः श्रीमद्भागवतं श्रीमन्मन्त्रदेशिकमीश्वरम् श्रीमद्भागवतार्थानां सन्दर्भं कर्तुमाश्रये अथ नत्वा मन्त्रगुरून् गुरून् भागवतार्थदान् श्रीभागवतसन्दर्भं वश्मि लेखितुम् यस्य ब्रह्मेति संज्ञां क्वचिदपि निगमे याति चिन्मात्रसत्ता व्यंसो यस्यांशकैस्वैर्विभवति वसयन्नेव मायां पुमांश्च एकं यस्यैव रूपं विलसति परमव्योम्नि नारायणाख्यं स श्रीकृष्णो विधत्तां स्वयमिह भगवान् प्रेम तत्पादभाजाम् Yesterday we were discussing definition of Srimad Bhagavatam from Skanda Purana, Prabhasakanda. We discussed it is like similar to the Matsya Purana statements. How the Matsya Purana is defining the same way Skanda Purana is also telling about Srimad Bhagavatam. Who can be the Srimad Bhagavatam? Which book can be we should consider as Srimad Bhagavatam? What are the Lakshanas? First one is what? This Srimad Bhagavatam is starting with Gayatri Mantra. Next, which is having the past tense of Vrutrasura and also it is having the Hayagriva Brahma Vidya. And how many slokas are there? 18,000 slokas. And how many skandhas? 12 skandhas. Gayatriya cha samarambha tadvai bhagavatam viduhu. The one which is starting with Gayatri. So that is known as Bhagavatam. And after that, How can you say Hayagriva Brahma Vidya is the Narayana Kavacham? How can you say? Who wants to say? You? Okay, take. Hayagriva Brahma Vidya is Narayana Kavacham. Prove it.
So, in this context, Britasur wanted Britasur. They want.
It is said in the context of the Uttarasrivada. Okay. Along with Uttarasrivada, it is said. That means, so we should take that context. Okay.
So who is going to, means how Britasur is going to be killed? So they have which person he is chanting in the Narayana mantra. That person's bone, that instrument will be made. That by that instrument, this person will be killed. Britasur. That's why it is called Narayana Kavach.
Yeah.
Dadichi Muni was just chanting the Narayana mantra, and by his bone the weapon made by Brahmastra. By that way, in that weapon, Vritas was killed. That's why it is called the Narayana Kavach.
So, but here it is said Hayagriva Brahma Vidya. How can you say Hayagriva Brahma Vidya is Narayana Kavach?
Hayagriva, earlier it was given to a horse head.
Who?
Then
Dadiji, yes.
So then it was, the horse head was caught by someone.
Indra. Yes.
Then
Originally.
entered to one person's, then one person's head was connected to that head.
Original head was.
In this way, it is connected.
That means Dadichi Muni taught this Narayana Kavacha to Aswani Kumaras with the horse head. That's why this Vidya is also known as Hayagriva Brahma Vidya. So that means by the word Hayagriva, who is said here? Dadichi. Because Dadichi is Aswashiraha. So Dadichi is Aswashiraha, where it is said? Dadichi is Aswashiraha. 6.9.52. So this is. So that's why there is no confusion. Hayagriva Brahma Vidya is nothing but the Narayana Kavach. So the book which contains Hayagriva Brahma Vidya, that is Bhagavatam. Hayagriva Brahma Vidya means we should take here Narayana Kavacham. So that is there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. In which chapter it is there? 6th canto, chapter 9. You are all also going to study that. Bhagavatam is said as Paramasatvikam. Why? How can you say Bhagavatam is Paramasatvikam? No. Huh? How can you say Bhagavatam is Paramasatvikam? On what basis? What I said?
Kaitava Dharma is rejected.
Oh, very good. Where it is? If something subject is Kaitava Dharma free, then it is Paramasatvikam. Where it is said?
Kaitava Dharma is rejected and Supreme Dharma is established. So
that is
that's
Chaitanya Jivan's Tika.
Because this is related to the Lord and the devotees.
Devoted Bhagavat Priyatvena, Bhagavata Abhishtatvena cha Paramasatvikatvam. It is dear to Lord and also it is desired by devotees. Sattvatas. Same. Same means what? That same Vidya Vishwarup gave to, that is only chapter, sixth and ninth chapter. What is going in that? In that chapter, Indra is getting Narayana Kavacha from the Vishwarup for the Indra, his protection. That same Narayana Kavacha, that is only, is given by the Dadichi Muni to Ashwani Kumaras. And that means Dadichi Muni every day he practices. That's why his bones became such a strong. They are like weapons. So in that sixth and ninth chapter, we are also having this story. That one Rishi who chants this Narayana Brahma Vidya, so Narayana Kavacha, so he left his body. So Devatas were trying to cross his body. Then that aeroplane fell down. That much power is there. Even that body is having so much power. All of you know that story is there in the 6th canto 9th chapter. Small story. The influence of the Narayana Kavach. Prabhava. So something is very dear to Lord is Sattva. Sattvatas, devotees are known as Sattvatas because they are dear to Lord. So similarly, Bhagavad is dear to the Lord. That's why it is known as Sattvikam, Parama Sattvikam. And also by the devotees. How can you say this is, it is dear to the Lord and it is dear to the devotees? How can you say? We took from the Ambarish and Gautam conversation. So Gautama is asking Ambarish, do you read every day this Bhagavatam Puranam in front of the deities? Like this, we discussed. After this, next. From here onwards, the text is quite jumbled actually, here and there. In the many books, many confusions. Okay, we'll do this with this. What is that? Anuched number? This. Garudecha. Till now we have seen the definition of Srimad Bhagavatam from Matsya Purana and from the Skanda Purana. Now we are going to see from Garuda Purana. Purnaha soyam atishayah. Arthoyam Brahma Sutranam Bharatartha Vinirnayah Gayatrim Bhashya Ruposau Vedartha Paribrumhitah Purananam Samarupaha Sakshat Bhagavatoditah Dvadasha Skandha Yuktoyam Satavicheda Samyutah ग्रन्थोऽष्टादशसहस्रः श्रीमद्भागवताभिधः पुराणः अयम् अतिशयः पूर्णः अयम् is complete, extremely complete. अतिशयः पूर्णः, completely complete. Atishaya means extremeness actually. Page number 3. There is a mistake is there actually. You don't follow this. Huh? Shastriji, you don't follow. Where he translated it is okay. Arthoyam Brahma Sutranam Bharatardha Vinirnayah. This Srimad Bhagavatam is what? is the meaning of Brahma Sutras. And also Bharatartha Vinirnayaha. That means this is the book where the conclusions of Mahabharata are given. Gayatri Bhashya Rupaha. It is a commentary on the Gayatri mantra. Srimad Bhagavatam is commentary on the Bhagavatam, Gayatri mantra. Vedartha Paribrahmitaha. In this, the meanings of the Vedas are expanded. Purananam Samarupaha Sakshat Bhagavatoditaha. This is like the Samaveda. Like in among four Vedas, how the Samaveda is very special. Even Lord also says, I am Samaveda among the Vedas. So like this Srimad Bhagavatam is like Samaveda among the Puranas. Sakshat Bhagavatoditaha. It is directly said by Lord. The Chatusloki, which is the expanded version of this Bhagavatam, is that Lord Himself said, Dvadasha Skanda Yukto Yam. It is having 12 cantos. Shata Vicheda Samyutaha. It is having 100 divisions. Grantho Ashtadasha Sahasraha. It is having 18,000 verses. Srimad Bhagavatabhidaha. The book named Srimad Bhagavatam is this. Three students are absent. Akshay Hari, Ashray Gaurang Prabhu, Peetavambra Prabhu. Yeah, he knows. Yeah. He's sick. Okay. What happened to Akshay Hari, Prabhu? Enjoying? No? No, alone. Okay. After that, this is Brahma Sutranam Artha. First one is what? Out of in the Garuda Purana definition, what is that? Arthoyam Brahma Sutranam. This we will take now. Artha ayam ityukte kim atra? Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam kim bhavati? Brahma Sutranam Artha. So means natural commentary on the Brahma Sutras. So Brahma Sutranam Artha Tesham Akrutrima Bhashya Bhutaha. It is a natural commentary on the Akritrima Bhashya Rupaha on the Brahma Sutras. Purvam Sukshmatvena Manasi Avirbhutam Tadeva Sankshipya Sutratvena Punah Prakatitam Paschad Vistiranatvena Sakshat Sri Bhagavatam iti. So previously, what appeared in the mind in subtle form, that appeared again in the form of coded sutras and later appeared directly as Srimad Bhagavatam in expanded form. How can you say Srimad Bhagavatam is natural commentary on the Brahma Sutras? It is natural means, what is the meaning of natural? That means it is not artificial, it It's prakatita actually, as usual, appeared. What happened? Purvam sukshmatvena manasi avirbhutam. First it appeared in the form of, in a very subtle form, in the coded form, in the Vyasdev. Then it became, that subtle form, it became sutras. Sutratvena punah prakatitam. Pascha, then after that, it is expanded. Understanding? Vasudev didn't write by his Kapola Kalpitam. Understanding? It is appeared. In the Samadhi, Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Pranahitayamale. Apashyat Purusham Purnam. That means he is seeing all the pastimes in his heart. Pastimes are not mental speculation. Those cannot be speculated by the mind. And Lord's form is not is also cannot be speculated. When Lord is having the mercy on that particular devotee, so he himself manifests by his own icha, by his own will. So nobody can. So that's why Lord cannot be attained by anything. Can you achieve Lord? No. You can achieve the medals, first rank, this, that. You can win something. But Lord is not like that. You cannot achieve the Lord. Lord, when he wants, so he appears. When he, so that's why, so he, in that heart of the Vasudev, this, in the first it is appeared in the form of very subtle, this Srimad Bhagavatam, very subtle, then that only appeared in the form of the sutras, and then that sutras next later, so that only appeared in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. The Adhikarana, the place is same. That means it is appeared in whose heart? Vasudev's heart. So whatever the Leelas he is seeing, so those only he wrote. Here there is no anyone's intervention in this. So you are reading something, and after that you are remembering, and after that, from that remembrance, you are writing. That is different. But which is directly appeared in your heart and you are seeing and you are writing. That is different. Yes. Like you are studying the books and you are all writing in the exam. Big essays. I saw actually all of you writing in the Bhakti Vaibhava exam. 25 pages, 30 pages. It's tough for me to correct. So 40 members minus 25 into 40, how many? 25 multiplied by 40. 1000 pages. I can read one book at least. 1000 pages you all wrote. It's like a punishment actually for the teacher. That different writing, different codes, different language. The toughest work, job in the academics is correcting the students' papers. Okay, so that's why Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural commentary on the Brahma Sutras. Tasmat tadbhashya bhute swatah siddhe. What he said here? Swatah siddha. Swatah siddhe tasmin sati arvachinam anyad anvesha anyad anyesham swakapola kalpitam tad anugatameva adarniyam iti gamyate. Srimad Bhagavatam appeared by itself in the heart of the Vasudev. When he went into the Samadhi, so he is seeing all the Leelas and he is writing. What Leelas has to be picked from these 10,000, 100 crores of the verses? Who decides? So this Bhagavatam itself is manifesting. That means Bhagavatam is nothing but is the representative of the Lord. When Lord went back to his abode, this Srimad Bhagavatam appeared. So that means in the absence of the Lord, it is presenting. That means it is representative of the Lord directly. Like when you are not there, so you'll be appointing someone as your representative. Like this, Lord is appointing this Srimad Bhagavatam in his place, so that Dharma can take the shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Directly appeared. That's why it is said, Swayam Siddha, Swataha Siddhaha. It is self-accomplished. Swataha Siddhaha means, even you can say in this way also, it is not dependent on anyone to produce knowledge. It itself is self-dependent actually. No one's help is needed. You don't need any another book to read the Bhagavatam. Help of other book. You don't need other book of means the meanings of the knowledge, whatever is established by the Srimad Bhagavatam, that should not be verified. That cannot be verified by any other scriptures. Oh, in the Vedas it is like this. Oh, Srimad Bhagavatam is having the contradiction with this. So how to now adjust the meaning of the Srimad Bhagavatam? No need to adjust Srimad Bhagavatam. Vedas has to change. Change means otherwise their meaning has to be. They should follow, because he is a Chakravarti. Vedas are only king. He is superior to the even Vedas.
As you told, that Srimad Bhagavatam doesn't need any help of another scripture to understand.
To understand means to validate.
Oh.
To validate the knowledge. Yeah, this is right, this is wrong. No need of others. The authenticity of the Srimad Bhagavatam is cannot be verified by any other scriptures. Cannot be checked. So it is natural commentary on the Vedanta Sutras. Swataha Siddhe Tasmin Sati. That means it is naturally becoming the commentary of Vedanta Sutras, but on these Vedanta Sutras, recent people, they gave commentary. Like Shankara, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Vallabha, like this, so many. So these commentaries are there. So what about those? In those commentaries, whatever is in line with the Srimad Bhagavatam, that should be accepted. That should be respected. If anything is not in line with the philosophy of the Srimad Bhagavatam, that should not be respected. So that means in the future discussion, if we are going to elaborate our Anubandha Chatushtaya, so we are elaborating तदनुगतमेव आदरणीयम् इति गम्यते. Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, studying Srimad Bhagavatam means studying the Brahma Sutras also. Just thing is what? You have to see the connection, matching, that much. Yeah. Yes.
There are devotees in our movement, or they were part of a movement, who read Bhagavatam, and they have made separate groups. So one point can be made that even reading the same book, people can have a different idea. So then even understanding this, the Emperor Purana can lead to different interpretations. So how do we resolve that? Of course, it's not by, we can't say let's take a majority vote, because that's not the how we do Shastra. So what is the total criteria for checking whether our understanding of the Pramana is correct?
So if I understand correctly, so tell me. So you are asking that many devotees wrote the various books based upon the Bhagavatam, and you are saying they are contradicting each other. Example?
Well, there is the topic of Jiva Tattva.
Acha, okay.
Jiva fall down. I mean, there's two different schools, and they're standing there. There's also topic of female
Okay.
disciple guru, and I mean, you can
Okay,
name it,
okay.
and there's like a tons of such topics. But
so that's why pramanas are very important. No, we should know the philosophy of the pramanas. So now on the Srimad Bhagavatam, now there is a different understanding. If that different understanding is decorating the truth, then there is no problem. If you see the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, Jiva Goswami's commentary, both are in one sloka, you'll be seeing the very much difference. Almost all like this. That means they have different understanding, but telling about the sentence of the Srimad Bhagavatam, verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam. This different understanding is not at all contradicting each other. Both are decorating more. Both commentaries are showing you the varietiness, nanarthavatvam. That means one text can have the many meanings. That is the beauty of the text. If someone is doing that for you, then that is nice. That's a good work. But in this journey, if two devotees, they are writing commentary and they are going against to each other on any point, any disagreement is there. So they have to solve their problem actually. It's not the problem of Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is a problem of those devotees. So peacefully, they should sit with the one judge who knows the both. I mean, who knows the Bhagavatam very nicely, and appeal their arguments, and he will decide. Who knows the Bhagavatam nicely, so he will decide. Nothing actually. That because in the material world it's possible actually. People keep on, that means having some conflicts. So that's not at all a problem. So then there should be some proper, that means agreement should be there. If they are not coming to the agreement, so that is their problem. Because Srimad Bhagavatam is telling about the truth, and if you are not able to see that, that is your problem. And it's an individual problem. But no proper acharyas, if you see, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, even the Bhakti Siddhanta, they wrote so many commentaries, various different people. No conflict. Till now, we have studied so many hundreds of slokas, commentaries. No conflict at all. No contradiction. That shows the maturity of the devotees. No conflict in the acharyas. So they may say acharya sometimes different explanation. So that, but it's not a conflict. Philosophical conflict is not there. Example, Bharata Maharaj. Bharata Maharaj, why he got attraction towards the deer? Of course, he is a great sadhaka. So Jiva Goswami says that in his commentary, some people they say, Jiva Goswami is saying that some people they say, because of his past aparadha, the result of that aparadha is now vastvantra bhakti nishta chavaka vastvantra abhinivesha. That means, so he got the attraction towards some material objects, so that his bhakti is down. Like that he said. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that, so to increase his intensity of the love, Lord has arranged this. Both are same. Both are philosophically correct. Same means both ideas are facilitated by the philosophy. Then it is a beauty. It is not contradiction. But something is fundamental principles are contradicting. In the explanation, the fundamentals are, in the fundamental level, you are contradiction you have. Then that's the personal problem. Anyway, that I don't want to enter into any specific case, but the philosophy is like this. Srimad Bhagavatam is very clear, and that's why it is appearing. So Vyasdeva, how much he can do? He already summarized all the Vedas on essence. He brought up into a simple language, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. And in understanding that also we have problems means, okay. So it will take time actually. But any day that kind of conflicts, so mutually agreement is necessary actually, so that followers will become very happy life. So that is also is a part of devotion. That is very important. Okay. Anyway, that's not it. Next word, Bharatartha Vinirnayaha. Second point is, Garuda Purana is saying that Srimad Bhagavatam is what kind of book? It is the Bharatartha Vinirnayaha. So Bharatartha Vinirnayaha means it determines the meaning of Mahabharata. That means this is the book where the meaning of Mahabharata is determined, is decided. Nirnayah sarvasastranam bharatam parikirtitam bharatam sarva vedascha tulamaropita pura devair brahma devis sarvair rishibhischa samanvitai व्यासस्यैवाज्ञया तत्र त्वत्यरिच्यता भारतं महत् महत्वाद् भारवत्वाच्च महाभारतमुच्यते. निर्णयः सर्वशास्त्राणां भारतं प्रकीर्तितम्. What is Mahabharat? Mahabharat is a book where all the shastras, the conclusions of all the shastras, Sarva Shastranam Nirnayaha. This Srimad Sri Mahabharatam is what? Is the conclusions of all the shastras. Bharatam sarvavedaischa tulam aropitah pura devai brahmadibis sarvai rishibischa samanvitai. One time all these demigods, Brahmaji and all the sages, they all came together. They want to know which book is great, higher, Vedas or Mahabharata. They want to know which is superior. Then what they did? They brought one balance. Kata. Kata. Weighing machine, okay. Oh, it is good. But weighing machine is very difficult. No, no weighing machine. A scale. Tula. Tula means, what do you say in English, Prabhu? Tula. Scale. Okay. Okay, weighing scale. Like the two plates are there in this. In one plate, what they kept? Mahabharata, and another plate they kept the Vedas. Vyasasyaivagnaya tatra tu atyarichyata bharatam. But they did this finding the greatness. So Vyasdev himself ordered them. Vyasasyaiva agnaya. So then what happened? Atyarichyata. This Mahabharat side, it went down. It's exceeding heavy. Yeah, it became very heavy. All Vedas went up and Mahabharata went down. The weight of Mahabharata is more. Weight means not physical weight, but Mahabharata weight is more Mahatvad Bharavatvacha, because of this voluminous and having this so much content. All the kinds of the dharmas are described. All the kinds of the knowledge is described there. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, bhakti. Everything is described. All the goals of the human life are fully discussed in that. So that's why Mahabharata is superior. So that's why it is known as Mahabharata, because it is exceeding the Vedas also.
You stated that Mahabharata was written for the Shudras, Dvijabandhus, and Stri.
Yes.
So how it is exceeding Vedas, Prabhu, means it was for how to understand this?
Only this is not having the Swara Bheda. Otherwise, it is also Veda only. Same how the Vedas are giving the various knowledges, similarly. That means Stri Sudra, from this we should understand that Stri Sudra Dvijabandhus, they are not cheated by the Vyasdev. Oh, you are inferior people, only take this simple book. No. He gave for them also everything. It is a merit. It is not dosha. He's giving everything for everyone. Any Dijibandhu, Dvijas are there, they can read directly Vedas. And Dijibandhus also should get the same thing, na? Whatever is there in the Vedas. That means they are also human beings. They are also having the life. Why they should be cheated? Giving the something lower book, no? Entire knowledge is given for them also. Next. इत्याद्युक्तलक्षणस्य भारतार्थ विनिर्णयः यत्र सः. That means Mahabharata is like this. It is the essence of all the Vedas. Sarva Vedaha. Sarva Vedaha. Sarva Shastraha Nirnayaha. Shastra Ranam Nirnayaha. The conclusions of all the Shastras. Even it is surpassing, is exceeding, sorry, is exceeding in the voluminous and in the knowledge. Vedas. Voluminous, I should not say. It is exceeding Vedas. So that's why that kind of Mahabharat, meanings of that kind of Mahabharat are in what? In the Srimad Bhagavatam. See, such a Mahabharat conclusions are there in Bhagavatam. Then you understand how great Bhagavatam. Sri Bhagavatyeva Tatparyam Tasyapi. That means Bhagavatam is concluding in whom? In the Bhagavan. Then Mahabharata also is concluding in Bhagavan. That is the conclusion we can derive. Taduktam moksha dharme narayaniye Sri Vyadavyasam prati janame jayan. It is only said. In the moksha dharma parva, narayaniye, it is also sub parva, I think. Vyadavyasam prati janame jayana. So Janamejaya told to Vedavyas. Idam satasahasradhi bharatakyana vistarat amatyamati manthena gnanodhadi manuttamam navanitam yatha datno malayat chandanam yatha आरण्यं सर्ववेदेभ्यः औषधीभ्योऽमृतं यथा समृद्धृतिमिदं ब्रह्मन् कथामृतमिदं तथा तपोनिधे त्वयोक्तं हि नारायणकथाश्रयम्. What is said in the Mokshadharma Parva in about the Mahabharata? Idam Shastra. Idam, that means this Mahabharatam. Shata Sahasradhi. How many slokas are there? Shata Sahasra. 100,000. Okay. 1 lakh. And next, Shata Sahasradhi Bharatakya. Amathyamati manthena gnanodhadi manuttamam. What is the meaning of this? It is churn. Gnanodhadi. The ocean of the knowledge. Huh? ఏమి ఇచ్చాను ఇక్కడ? is मिस्टेक लग रहा है एक्चुअली. ज्ञानोदधिम इंग्लिश Ocean of hostility, how it is? Something. Okay, I'll check. Anyway, so amatya matimanthena. So it is like matimanthena means churning the heart. Jnanodhadim, ocean of the knowledge. That should be there actually. Something. Some places we took directly from Bhanu Maharaj actually. So something our friend Madhav, he, sometimes he forget to change. If I say, then he may thinking may happen. It's human being can happen. Anyway, it's not fully final edition. There are so many mistakes are there, spelling, editing, and you also take that. It's not that complete edition, proper edition. No, there are mistakes may possible. Any mistake is there, please tell to me, so that I will also change. Yes, sandalwood. Navanitam yatha tadno malaya chandanam yada. This is directly actually. Navanitam yatha tadno. That means from the curd. From the dadnaha means from curd. So navanitam means this butter. Malaya chandanam. That means from the so mountains, from the Malaya mountains. So chandanam. How this chandanam is extracted. Sarva aranyam. So yeah, aranyam sarva veda vedebhya aushadhi. That means medicines, herbs. Medicinal herbs are taken out from the jungle. That's a forest, big forest. In the no. Aushadibhya amrutam. So from the various herbals. So bringing out the amrutam actually, nectar. Nectar is extracted from the herbs. Panchami is there. Aushadibhyaha, from herbs. Amrutam. So Aranyam is going with the Chandanam actually. Aranyam. Okay. Aranya, this Brahmanas, Aranyakas, and next Upanishads and the mantras. So Aranyam Sarva Vedebhya, from all the Vedas. So these Aranyas are the summary, maybe. That's why it is said here. So that's why, like this, from Vedas, Aranyakas are extracted. Samudrutam idam Brahman katamrutam idam tatha taponide tvayoktam hi Narayana kathashram. So that's why it is using a rod of intelligence, the incomparable sweet topics sheltered in Narayana were extracted and spoken by you. Tvayoktam, that means said by you. Who is saying? Janameja is saying to Vasudev. So my dear Vasudev, you did this. So Vasudev compiled, na? So what he compiled? All the stories which are sheltered in the Narayana. So those Narayana Kathashrayam Kathamrutam idam Samudratam. So it is extracted stories regarding the Narayana. Next. Tatha cha tritiye, even it is also said. What we are seeing in the Garuda Purana, Bharatartha Vinirnayaha, this point we are discussing. Each point we will discuss. This Garuda Purana is defining Srimad Bhagavatam in many ways. Brahma Sutranam Arthaha, this is done. Next, Bharatartha Vinirnayaha is being discussed. Next, after that, Gayatri Bhashya Rupa Asau, that we will discuss. Next, Vedartha Paribrahmitaha. Next, Purananam Samarupa Sakshat Bhagavatoditaha. This. Like this. All these four will be discussed. It's a big Anuched actually. So now, what Mahabharatam, that we understood. So according to the words of the Janamejaya. This is the Mahabharata. And also we have the from previously also we saw Mahabharatam is superior than the Vedas that we discussed, and Mahabharatam is extracted version of the pastimes of all the pastimes of Haris. That also we have seen. Now we are seeing Tathacha Tritiye. In Srimad Bhagavatam, what is directly said? That means what is said directly about Mahabharata, that we are seeing. मुनिर्विवक्षुर्भगवद्गुणानां सखापि ते भारतमाह यस्मिन् नृणां ग्राम्यकथानुवादैर्मतिर्गृहीतानुहरेः कथायाम्. So this sloka we discussed in the yesterday's class in the Bhakti Vaibhava. Why we discussed this? Huh? Anyone remember? Vasudev is saying, Vasudev and Narada's conversation, Vasudev is raising objection. What is that objection? Everyone remember? Based upon this, our Vidura is saying. You want to say? I'm jumping to the another class. Okay.
He said that there is a lot of glorification in Mahabharata also. Vidura says that there is a glorification of Krishna or the holy name in the Mahabharata. So why are you saying that I didn't glorify Krishna in the Mahabharata? I did that. And then Narada Muni responds, you didn't do enough job.
No, not that. You went to the previous class actually, no. In the yesterday's class, so Narada said, hey Vasudev, what you did? These people are, in general, they are all attached to the sense gratification, and you are trying to preach the message of the Lord. That means bhakti through the Gramya Katha. So, and you said this Gramya Katha as a dharma. In the Mahabharata, you said Gramya Katha as dharma. That means you defined material dharma. That means Gramya Katha. Sorry. In the Mahabharata, you defined material dharma. And you thought that you will engage first people in the dharma, artha, kama, and then after that, so they will come naturally to the moksha and finally bhakti, you thought. But since you are saying this material dharma is the dharma, it is stamped by you. So all are now just stucking there and keep on enjoying their senses, sense objects. Like this. So Narada said, then Vasudev is raising objection. Hey, my dear Lord, why you are saying like this? Our friend, our Vidura is saying to the Maitreya, what he is saying? Vasudev, what he did? He preached the Harikatha. He preached Harikatha only through the Mahabharata also. This is a proof, he said. But what is the problem is? Of course, in the Mahabharata also Harikatha is there. But what? Directly he should said. What next Vasudev says, Narada says. So Vasudev said that I gave the Harikatha in the Mahabharata also. Then Narada is saying, hey, you made such a big loop, such a mesh. And you could have said directly bhakti. What is the need of? First you do this material dharma, that dharma, then you'll come to the bhakti. Why you made this much long process? You could have said directly bhakti, directly the pastimes of the Lord. Then Vasudev says, who will hear? Then Narada says, why not? Intelligent people can hear. And they do bhakti, and following them other foolish people also, they will also follow. Like this. They both. doing the conversation. This is based upon the Vishwanath's commentary actually on this section. Very wonderful commentary. So like this here, in the third canto, Maitreya, to Maitreya, Vidura is saying, hey my dear Maitreya, your friend Vasudev, Sakha, your friend Vasudev, what he did? He also, Gramya Kathanuvadaihi, that means through these worldly discussions, Gramya Kathas, Anugrihita, that means he brought the attention of the peoples in Hari. He brought attention of the people finally through the worldly discussions into the Hari, into the Harikatha. So that means what? Based upon this, yes, Mahabharata also is concluding in Krishna only. Harikatha is only the main object. But somehow by the Lord's special potency, Vasudev got some illusion and some ignorance, and it is Leela actually. It's Leela Shakti is entering into the Vasudev, and he did like this, so that Bhagavatam will be purely established. Okay. Yasmin runam gramya kathanuvadaihi matir gruhitanu harehe kathayam iti. Next. Here's a test. Iti vakyam bhagavatīyatvenotthapya bharatasya vedardhatulyatvena. This only, na? Next. In the text. Missing something? I am missing. Oh. 109, huh? Okay. This. That's why in this book no problem is there. Hemadrehe vratakande Stri Sudra Dvija Bandhunam Trayi Nasruti Gochara Karma Sreya Mudanam Sreya Evam Bhavediha Iti Bharatamakyanam Krupaya Munina Krutam. Iti Vakyam. This is. Then here onwards it is okay. Iti Vakyam Sri Bhagavatīyatvenothapya Bharatasya Vedardhatulyattvena Nirnayaha Kruta iti. Vedardha Nirnaya, sorry, what is that? Bharatardha Vinirnayaha. That point is explained here. That is being explained. What is Mahabharata is once again said here in the Bhagavatam. It is said in the first canto, 4 chapter 25. Stri Sudra Dvijabandhunam Trayi na Sruti Gochara. They have no qualification to study the directly Vedas. Karma Sreyasi Mudhanam Sreya Evam Bhavediha. Karma Sreyasi iti, that means Bharatam Akhyanam Krupya Munina Kritam. Karma is the best for them. Thinking like this, so he made this Bharatam. So, iti vakyam Sri Bhagavatīyatvena utthapya Bharatasya Vedardhatulyattvena Nirnaya Krutaha. From this also, that means it is given as alternative for the Shrutis. And also we have seen in the previously. It is also concluding in the Harikatha. So that's why it is, finally you can say, from the statement of the Bhagavatam, you can say Mahabharata is equal with the Veda, meanings of the Vedas. And that Mahabharatam's conclusions are done in yes, Srimad Bhagavatam. Tan, yes, yes. Tan matanusareण tu evam vyakheyam bharatasya vinirnayah. Vedartha tulyatvena tanmatana means what is English is given? Following the Prabhu? Following the page number 8. Which top one? So the following the opinion of Hemadri. Oh, Tanmatana Hemadri. It should be explained that Bharatartha Vinirnaya is the Bhagavatam, which is the work where the meaning of Mahabharata is determined as being equal to the meaning of the Vedas. Okay. Hemadri Vratakhande. Yes. वेदार्धतुल्यत्वेन विशिष्य निर्णयः यत्र इति यस्मादेवं भगवत्परः तस्मादेव यत्र अधिकृत्य गायत्रीम् इति कृतलक्षण श्रीमद्भागवतनामा ग्रन्थः श्री भगवत्पर्याय गायत्र्या भाष्यरूपो असौ तद उक्तम यत्र अधिकृत्य गायत्रीम इत्यादि. Next is what? Gayatri Bhashya Rupoyam. This we are going to discuss. In the Garuda Purana, third point is what? Gayatri Bhashya Rupo Asau. Artha Brahma Sutranam Ardha is finished. Bharatartha Vinirnaya is finished. Gayatri Bhashya Rupo Asau. This is the we are going to discuss. Srimad Bhagavatam is the Bhashya of Gayatri Mantra. That we are going to discuss. Yasmad evam bhagavat paraha tasmadeva yatra adhikritya gayatrim iti kritalakshana srimad bhagavat nama grandaha Sri Bhagavat Paryaya Gayatri Bhashya Rupo Asau Tad Uktam Yatra Adhikritya Gayatrim Ityadi. So Srimad Bhagavatam is Bhagavat Paraha. And that's why, what is the definition of Srimad Bhagavatam we are seeing? We are seeing in the definition of Srimad Bhagavatam, Yatra Adhikritya Gayatrim. This kind of Lakshana we made for the Bhagavatam. Yes or no? So that's why it is Bhagavad Parayaha Gayatriya Bhashya Rupaha Asau. So that's why it is Gayatri Bhashya Rupaha. In the Matsya Purana, what is said? In the Matsya Purana, the definition, the Lakshana of the Bhagavatam is given what? Yatra Adhikrutya Gayatri is said. And Garuda Purana, what is saying? Gayatri Bhashya Rupo Sau. Yes? Now you are understanding the Garuda Purana statement. Gayatri Bhashya Rupa Asau. It is the point said by the Garuda Purana. To understand this, you take the help of Matsya Purana. How the Bhagavatam is defined? What is the Lakshana of the Bhagavatam? Yatra Adhikrutya Gayatrim. Why it is said like this? Because so this Gayatri mantra is also or it is intended. What is the intended meaning of Gayatri mantra? In whom it is it concludes in whom? Bhagavan. And the Bhagavatam is also about the Bhagavan. So that's why when we make the Lakshana of the Bhagavatam, we said Yatra Adhikrutya Gayatrim. So that's why we can say that this Srimad Bhagavatam is nothing but the, so it is the Bhashya of the Gayatri mantra. Because both are concluding in, are telling in same thing, Bhagavan. What the Adhikrutya means, usko Adhi means starting, that means उसको आलंबन करके क्या बोलते हैं अभी Adhi Adhikara. Actually, we are Adhikrutya. Adhi means we are giving the for the, so that means that to that as a supreme position. That means based upon that. Adhikrutya means based upon that. So this book Bhagavatam is written based upon Gayatri mantra. Adhikrutya means based upon. Any book, that means Upakrama Vakya. That means whenever you write any essay or any topic, in the first line, what you will be writing? Whatever, abstract. In the abstract, what we will write? That means starting of that essay. You will be writing whatever he is going to discuss. That you will be writing on the first 2 lines, 3 lines. That is known as abstract. And after that, you elaborately discuss about that. Then finally, you will be writing 3-4 lines. Conclusion. All the time in any paperwork or any essay, any book, Upakrama and Upasamhara will be same. So that's why by seeing the Upakrama and Upasamhara, you can conclude what is there inside that body. Nobody will write paper such a way. Upakrama in the starting, he will be saying that I am going to explain about the physics and writing inside the chemistry. No, nobody will do. Whatever he says, whatever he wants to elaborately explain in brief, in 2 lines, he says. That is Upakrama. And in the last also, and so on, so on, so. Therefore, this is the conclusion. For Srimad Bhagavatam is also book. Any book, if you take, there is Upakrama and there is Upasamhara. All both should be matching. And by seeing the Upakrama and Upasamhara, you can find the Tattva. Tattva means the conclusion of total. So then what is the Upakrama for the Srimad Bhagavatam? Upakrama is Bhagavan. Kahan se aaya Bhagavan? Gayatri mantra. What is the first sloka? Janmadhyasya to anvayat. So that is first mantra, first sloka is what? Is the nothing but Gayatri mantra. But it is the meaning of the Gayatri mantra. How can you say it is Gayatri mantra? Dhimahi word. Yatra yatra dhimahi tatra tatra Gayatri. Because Dhimahi is Avyabhichari with this Gayatri mantra. So that's why. That means we are starting our book Srimad Bhagavatam with Gayatri. Means this whole discussion is based upon Gayatri mantra. Adhikritya means based upon. And also conclusion is also same Gayatri mantra. Yes or no? Ending. What is the ending? 12th canto, 12th chapter. Not that. That is not the ending of Srimad Bhagavatam. What is that 12th canto, 12th chapter? I forgot. What is that? 12th chapter, 13th chapter. Dhimahi, once again, can you search in the folio Dhimahi? You will get that. In Bhagavatam. Sloka number. Ko bhashoyam. That is. Kasmai yena vibhashita. Numberable. 12, 13, 19. Oh. Kasmai yena vibhasito yam tulo kasmai yena vibhasito yam tulo gnana pradipaha pura tadrupena cha naradaya munaye krishnaya tadrupena योगेन्द्राय तदात्मनाथ भगवद्रताय कारुण्यतस्तच्छुद्धिं विमलं विशोकम अमृतम सत्यम परम धीमहि. Dhimahi means what it is? Gayatri mantra. Ending with Gayatri mantra, starting with Gayatri mantra and also ending with the Gayatri mantra. So that's why Srimad Bhagavatam is, that means ending and starting both are Gayatri mantra. Then inside is what? Is also Gayatri mantra. It's a bhashya. It's the expansion, explanation of the whole Bhagavatam is expanding the Gayatri mantra. So that's why it's important to know what is the meaning of Gayatri mantra. That we will know tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I don't think you have doubts, questions. No question? Okay. That same Janmejaya. Okay. Vikas Prabhu, yes. You are a regular customer for questions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Okay.
I want to know a little bit of the future, which you can predict for me. So the question is, Prabhu. So whole Bhagavatam is describing Gayatri mantra.
Yes.
And Gayatri mantra is the base for the Bhagavatam.
Based upon, that means our,
our Bhagavatam is based upon Gayatri. And Bhagavatam is the essence of all Vedas.
Yes.
So is it okay to think that Gayatri mantra is nothing other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead?
So Gayatri mantra is glorifying the Lord only. Like Srimad Bhagavatam is a representative of the Lord. This mantra is directly is discussing about the Lord. So it's one way you can say, it's not a problem at all. Because sometimes we say Bhagavatam is non-different from the Krishna. And Gayatri mantra is also a Mula mantra. It is the origin for all the mantras. That means it is the essence of all the mantras. Whichever is the Mula, it is essence. So that is, which is what is essence? That is a Krishna. So it's not a problem, you can say also.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Ramcharan Prabhu, what do you want to ask? One general question is Bhagavad Tatparya Nirnaya of Sri Madhvacharya is in same context as Sandarbha. What is the meaning of this question, Prabhu? I didn't get. And that means like that he is asking. We'll hear from
Hare, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, so my question is like, as we see this Sandarbhas are basically written for like giving the details of the Bhagavatam. Is
Yeah.
this Bhagavad Tattva is basically like glorifying Bhagavatam, or like is it like?
Yeah, same. Just why the Bhagavad Tatparya Nirnaya is written by our great guru, that is Madhvacharya. Because at the time, so Sankara, he didn't touch the Srimad Bhagavatam. Then after that, his followers, they started commenting on Srimad Bhagavatam with the view of Advaita philosophy. And because of this, many Vaishnavas, they started, that means misguided by these commentaries. Just to stop this, to give a guide, to give a light, to give the, that means direction. So Madhvacharya wrote this Bhagavad Tatparya Nirnaya, where you will be seeing the conclusions of the Bhagavatam. It's like
No.
summary book on the Srimad Bhagavatam.
So it's just explanation of Srimad Bhagavatam only.
Yes. How to understand with difficulties, all the subtle points are discussed. Subtle points of the Srimad Bhagavatam are discussed in the Bhagavad Tatparya Nirnaya.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Venugopal ki jai.